All right. Hi, everybody. Dan Harley here, and about ready to start the show here. Let me toss up my some stuff here so you know who I am and what's going on here. There we go. All right. First of all, thank you, folks, for those who tuned in here in this webinar to jumping in. This is a rather quick and abrupt invitation. So I think for you, I'm surprised anybody showed up. So for those of you guys out there that are in the audience here, thank you very much for being here. This webinar is going to be on a topic called Survive and Thrive Through COVID-19. Trying to help small businesses turn things around during and after the COVID-19 fiasco we got going on here. This has been something I should have done a few months ago. And my apologies. As we go through here, you'll see what and why. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. This webinar here probably lasts about an hour or so. By the way, here's a little custodial stuff here, in case you guys are wondering. Yeah, this will be recorded, so don't worry about taking any notes or anything. Also, put your wallets away. I have nothing to sell here. I know going to quite a few webinars myself, you get in the situation here, okay, what's this guy up to? How much is it going to cost? So rest assured, there's nothing going to come out of your wallet today. So we're going to do, I'm going to kind of do a lot of background, cover a lot of background that's been going on several months over with what's been going on with COVID-19, goods and bads, some things that work, some things that don't work, and some solutions we're coming up with through Impine Concepts, along with the thanks to a lot of my partnerships out there. So anyway, that said, let's kind of move on here. Oops. Let's see here. Who's this Dan guy? If you don't know who I am, especially those of you guys who are seeing this recording here, I got over 20 years internet marketing consulting experience. I hung my shingle, for lack of a better term, back in 1997, which gives me 22, 23 years of experience in this stuff here. I started off my previous job. I was vice president of sales and marketing, as well as software development for my family's company. We build process control computers for wastewater systems. So I have quite a bit of background in technology. I almost kind of fell into this part of the internet industry here, doing marketing, because I was really good at sales, and this is kind of a natural thing for me. So I've been doing it for quite a long time. I really love what I'm doing here. That said, I've been doing, like I say, over 23 years. So I've had lots of long-time strategic partnerships. Companies like Constant Contact, been with them for a very, very long time. Reach Local, HostGator, Vendasta, Shopify are just a few of the partnerships we've established for very long relationships. All these years, I've helped hundreds of businesses succeed online. I lost count a long time ago. And the big thing we're doing here is I try to implement practical, reliable, cost-effective solutions. Don't just put a website out there just for sake of needing a website. We build it because it needs to be built, okay? We don't just do SEO for the sake of doing SEO. We do SEO because it needs to be built. So it needs to be there. So a lot of these solutions, and I'm happy to say that a lot of my clients are very successful because of what we do. So, anyway, that said, what is this webinar? Well, part of it, a big thing here is, been working for a long time to put together a COVID-19 relief package, for lack of better terms. And I have been successful working with a lot of my clients already, getting individual clients, getting many of them out, kind of surviving and thriving. But the big here, this webinar is going to be first a series of recordings and courses I'm putting together to help small businesses, medium-sized businesses, help them through the COVID-19 situation here. So what this webinar is going to be for is businesses affected by COVID-19. Either you'd been through a lockdown, you're partially open, or maybe still locked down, or looking for ways to simply survive. So, and basically, who are you? Naturally, you're going to be a business owner, business manager struggling with COVID-19. Maybe you're surviving COVID-19. Maybe you're thriving in COVID-19. We might have something. We're going to have something in here for a little bit. And through this webinar, and as well as this course, we're going to have things here that you could be interested in. So, okay. So anyway, let's talk about what happened. Okay. Obviously, COVID-19 lockdown. We're talking in March of 2020. Right now, it's November 30th. And things this year's definitely been weird. That's for sure. A lot of people, I don't know too many people that really seen this coming. Okay. It affected everyone one way or another, a little or a lot. Okay. No doubt worldwide. Many businesses were struggling, still are struggling. Many have permanently closed because of COVID-19. And boy, it's been rough on everybody. Now, for me, during pre-lockdown, we kind of seen something's going to be weird. So in late February, March, I started prepping up my clients to work remotely. And we weren't sure how long, but we knew they're going to have to, if a lot of my clients are going to sustain, they're going to have to do things a little bit different. So everybody's looking around for ways to work remotely. Me with my staff, with the people I work with, we already worked that way. So we weren't really affected. But a lot of my clients and a lot of my colleagues and other businesses I work with never done that before. So we did a lot in the beginning phases there to get my clients, the business associates, to continue working in a remote situation. And then we went further than that. It's just not just with the clients, we also helped others too. I put together a quick online course on my I have a blog post here. I put a nice blog out there how to get yourself work remotely here. And here's something else too here. We never billed for any of this stuff. We just are hoping that if we're able to keep people going, they remember us somewhere down the road, and we'll be taken care of. And it's been working out pretty well for us too. Okay, and we're fortunate that a lot of the people that we were working with, they seem to continue going here. Not all of them, unfortunately. Some of them did kind of wash out through all this, but we are happy to see some of them did make it through and kind of sustaining themselves, and some are even trying to dig themselves out of this whole COVID-19 thing here. So now, while the lockdown happened in March, started just watching, observing, see what's going on. One thing we seen right away was independent restaurants, the mom and pop restaurants, as most people know, they're starting to struggle because most of them had worked a certain type of format, basically serve food, collect money, go to the bank and deposit it. All of a sudden, things changed. The people were not allowed to go to restaurants anymore. And a lot of these mom and pop restaurants were not geared up for takeout or delivery. So we worked with many of them to get them online fast, for lack of better terms. Put a website together, do takeout, make them do takeout, delivery, help them with social networking, so you at least be able to talk to some of their customers out there. Big thing is communication. We were trying to work a way so that a lot of the clients, they're able to talk to their customers. Say, we're still open. We're still doing takeout. Let's do delivery. What's going on? Okay. We're COVID. If they're open up, we're COVID-19 safe with the criteria for that. So we did a lot of that. Unfortunately, we watched a lot of businesses fail, and that is the sad part of this whole thing. So I want to kind of go over some of this stuff with what we've seen here, with the failures and successes, because I think it's important for you folks to know what's going on. So I kind of walked through a couple of clients that seem to be highlighted. The first one here is over 30-year-old construction company. They were permanently closed. This is one of my clients for quite a while. We helped him out in a legal suit, actually, and we were successful. Unfortunately, and they've been around forever. This is a 2-3 generation business. And all of a sudden, they were closed. And it shocked the hell out of me. This company, they built most of the 24-hour fitnesses. They're claim to fame, they built most of the 24-hour fitnesses in Southern California. And of all the businesses I thought would sustain, were those have been around for a while. They've seen a lot already. They've been through depressions, recessions, and different presidents. And you figured that they'd be able to survive something like this. Unfortunately, they abruptly closed. So that was a shock. So it kind of what I got from this business, this one closing here, it did is the success and failure. The COVID-19 was going to touch everybody. And it could potentially take out even the older businesses, more mature businesses, just as quickly as it could take out a young business. Let me go here. Hair salon stylist here. I kind of jumped to slate. There's a lot. I work with a lot of hair salons and hairstylists out there, and nail salons, stuff like that. They had it pretty rough along with the restaurants. I think the restaurants, the mom and pop restaurants had it pretty rough. The next group of businesses or entrepreneurs were probably hairstylists, hair salons, those who do manicures and stuff like that. They were among the last, in California at least, and in many other states too, they were the last to allowed to reopen. And then when they were given the okay to reopen, they were abruptly told to close down again. And a lot of these hairstylists and manicurists are like me. They're independent contractors. They don't have a paycheck. Their paycheck is working, and when they're not working, they don't get paid. So it was pretty rough on them. One friend of mine known for quite a while, she had to permanently close her hair salon, her nail salon, because it couldn't make rent. So it was more logical for her to close down and then open up her own and work for somebody else than to keep the salon open. And it's unfortunate because she closed down, she closed down the livelihood of the hairstylists and manicurists that worked for her too. So that was pretty rough. So anyway, next here, let's talk about some successes here. There's a restaurant bar that's not far from me, a friend of mine known for quite a long time here. He's actually thriving. And he did something a little bit different here. And I'm going to use this term pivot. And you hear that a lot in this presentation here. The lockdown, he got locked down, shut down, just like every other restaurant or bar. In fact, a friend of mine and I were actually at lunch at this facility just before health department came in to tone the lockdown. Literally an hour later, we would have to be escorted out of the building. So it was pretty devastating. The owner, he is quite the entrepreneur. I'll just say it outright here. He figured out a way to pivot his business. And pivoting means he's able to see what's going on, see an opening somewhere, and force his business to go that route. Okay? So he immediately turned his business restaurant into takeout delivery. Okay, which he never did that before. He was kind of a neighborhood bar and restaurant. Now he also take out delivery. And added ace in the hole here too was ABC, the alcohol, tobacco, whatever, allowed alcohol delivery, which is surprising in California that this had happened. So this allowed him to not only pivot his business to something that he could never done before, but also have an opportunity to increase his business. So, and then as time progressed through the lockdown, he was had quite a bit of excess food. And one of the things he did here, he had a lot of steaks and hamburgers left over that wasn't being sold. So he jumped on Facebook real quick and said, I got these boxes of hamburgers and steaks. I'm going to blow them out at 50 cents on the dollar. He sold them out within 3 hours, and which surprised him. So he turned around and pivoted again. Okay, he decided to cut a deal with his vendors because if he wasn't selling food, neither was his vendors. So he got his deal with his vendors to give him a discount rate so his vendors could sell what they have their stock too. So he turned his bar into an enterprise. I'm going to say enterprise Costco, where he had stocks of toilet paper and paper and supplies, as well as food, bulk food he was selling. He did pretty good. Okay, was it as well as when he was open up as a bar or restaurant? No, but at least he kept things going, and his lights were on, and so he pivoted. Okay, this is something that we're gonna. And he's also able to, when he reopened, he reopened very strong. He's able to reinvest his profits, because he's one of the few businesses that actually profited into upgrading his restaurant, putting all the I'll call the spit shields up and stuff like that. Did some remodeling, and now he's even in a better position now than when COVID-19 locked him down. So now another example here is I'm not sure many of you know, I'm Vietnamese. So I have a friend of mine that owns a Vietnamese pho restaurant, and they're surviving. And this is one of those situations I didn't think they're going to make it, honestly, because they got hit early. When COVID-19 hit, everybody thought the Vietnamese food is Chinese food. So all of a sudden, people didn't want to eat any Asian food at all, be it Vietnamese or Chinese. So. And so it was they were hit before the lockdown happened, and so and then when the lockdown happened, they tried to do the takeout orders for a little bit. They only got 2 orders all day from the one day they did takeout, so it wasn't worth it for them to open. So they literally shut down for months and months since March, and they were pretty devastated. They did have a little nest egg to work off of, but it was touch and go for quite a while. They contacted me for help, and so we tried. And I did a typical thing. I did a discovery interview with them. Already found some issues. That's an issue here. They were very low tech. They didn't have a website, no online delivery, no online ordering, no delivery. It was going to be rough. It wasn't like my friend who owned the bar, who was a bit more intuitive with what's going on. We're talking a very simple mom and pop restaurant, very fundamental technical skills. So it was a bit of a challenge. So the solution was simply to keep it simple. Okay. So I worked with them to update their Google My Business and being local listings, and I showed them how to update it with pictures and coupons. And finally, on August, they were able to open, and they were shocked how busy they were. A lot because they were able to, through Google My Business, through being local, they were able to at least get the word out there that they're about ready to open. Okay, and then what they were able to put a menu up there, a couple takes pictures of some food. And it blew up on them. It went crazy. In fact, some of the food pictures were getting thousands of looks, 5,000, 10,000 looks for a picture of a bowl of pho, bowl of soup. And it was crazy. It was enlightening to me that something simple like that is actually working. Now, last but not least, unfortunately, just a few doors down was a Mexican restaurant. I've known this family for a long time, decades in operation. family owned. They tried to, when the lockdown happened, it devastated them pretty bad to the point they closed. Okay. They tried to do patio dining. They tried to do takeout, but nothing was happening. And it shocked me when they were closed, because I was just about, as I was being successful with my friend's Vietnamese restaurant, I was going to go down my other friend's Mexican restaurant to help them out, and I was shocked that they were closed. And this got my attention. Okay, so and for me to expedite with what you're seeing here. So okay, let's talk about what's working, what seemed to be working. Okay, from my experience, what's seen out there, businesses that to succeed through COVID-19, okay, they will blaze their own path to the success. Every business will have a different path to their success here. Okay, they all have one common thing, because they got to blaze a different path here. They were able to pivot their business. I use that term a lot. We're going to see more of it here. Okay, what pivoting is, they're able to reinvent the business, work for the time at the current time. They're able to change very quickly. Okay, and also, along with pivoting, they're able to contact the customers and prospects very fast and very efficiently. That's where the internet comes in. Okay. Now, businesses that failed, and I've given you a few examples here, there's definite pattern of failure. Unlike the path to success, there are definite patterns of failure that I've seen here. Most of the businesses that fail, most all of them, they try to maintain their normal operation. They're hoping to God that something changes, that the COVID-19 will go away and things go back to normal, which they haven't yet, okay? And we never know. Might not ever, a lot of people say this is the new norm and all this stuff. That's debatable, but the fact is, these are different times now. If they try to maintain, if they change nothing, then they can expect nothing, okay? A lot of them have no internet presence, just then or now. And therefore not able to communicate with their clients or prospects, say, hey, we're open or closed or partially open or whatever. They're simply not able to pivot. They're not able to adjust their business to fit the time. So and so they're doomed. They either hope to pray that something happens out there that pushes the business in the right direction, or they're going to fail. And that's what a lot of them are doing, unfortunately. So it comes down to this pivot thing I'm talking about. Okay, your business has to be able to pivot. Okay, you have to change fast to accommodate the unknown, and not just COVID-19. Okay, but we just had election. Okay, we're still in limbo. Who's going to be the next president? We had changing local and state and federal laws, especially if you're in California. You don't know what's going to happen next. Okay, the economy changes. Times are changing. This is typical entrepreneurship. This is something I'm gonna lay out to you folks out there, because you all should be, if I'm correct, you all should be a business owner, an entrepreneur. At one time, you were able to pivot. Okay, you know how you pivoted before. Otherwise, you wouldn't be your business you're in right now. Okay, you got to get back to find that pivot, to be able to pivot again. Okay, so. Anyway, let's go on a little bit further here too. And a lot of people figure that I need to get on there. I need to get a website. I need to do something out there. Because I need a pivot, okay? They don't use that term pivot, but they know they need to do something. Unfortunately, there's, as I'm observing here too, a lot of my peers out there that doing internet marketing, whatever, they tend to sell the wrong tool, for lack of better terms, okay? You have I recall one restaurateur. He came to a friend of his to build it. He says, I need to get online because he's never been online before. So he asked his buddy to whip together a website. And this happens not just COVID-19 times during lockdown, but they've gone on forever, okay? a business puts a website together, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on it, and does nothing. Okay, I see that a lot. Okay, and it comes down to, they get a website that does nothing. Okay, or they get exotic internet services. Other colleagues of mine, the big thing that seems to be right now is text messaging, either through Facebook or your cell phone stuff like that. Good thing, and they sell on the pretense that you can contact your customers right away on the text message. The problem with that, though, is also very invasive, and it is a tool, but not the tool. Okay, so quite often, 9 times out of 10, if you don't use it correctly, you have a tendency of killing your business more than to saving your business. And then other things and then there's other people that sell services like social networking. You will build a Facebook page or Instagram. Say this is the way you need to do it. Okay, you have to have a Facebook page, have the Instagram page, and basically they're trying to sell these solutions as silver bullets. You need this, and this bullet is going to help you succeed. Here's the fact: there's no silver bullet. Okay. Any one of these things is individually is not going to save your business. It's going to be you. It's going to be how you pivot your business. And these are going to be tools that you can use to help you pivot that business. Okay? Now, let me tell you something here. I'm going to talk about something where I failed at. Okay? I was able to help individual clients. Did really good at that. Okay? Unfortunately, I moved too slow and helped too few people. And what frustrates me is I had the resources at my fingertips to help a lot more people, and I didn't do it. Okay, I didn't share fast enough. And this is where we're at right now, actually. So I'm at a point I need to help more people faster. And this is why I'm doing this webinar. This is why I'm doing these courses to do that. Okay, so I can get these resources out to you folks, the correct resource you need to help you pivot your business, get you back up and going faster, cheaper, better, and help more people out there. Okay. So, like I say, where I succeeded at was I'm able to get small and medium-sized businesses back in the fight faster and cheaper. Okay. Another thing I did too is, as I've done for a long time, is I'm able to interview my client, discovery interview, will find hidden strengths and commodities, okay, in these businesses and exploit them. Okay. For example, my friends with the Vietnamese restaurant, one thing they had is a loyal customer base, and they didn't realize it was there until we started doing the Google My Business and Bing. And I was able just that one little thing. They still don't have a website. They don't do SMS messaging. They don't do email marketing. All they did was keep their Google My Business page updated. Put pictures on there. Put a video on there. Okay, they're able to communicate to their loyal customer base, and they were able to tell the customers, "We're open." They came in droves, to the point that they're last night I was there. They're busy up right up until they closed. Okay, so every business has that little nugget and little hidden gem there. That maybe it's several things here too that will allow them to pivot around it and let them explode. Okay, so and another thing here too is we use the right tools. We leverage internet tools to help the business pivot. The big thing with the internet here, and compared to what some of my peers have been doing, is it's a means of communication. Okay, you can use low cost, no cost solutions, and avoid high dollar investments into other types of advertisement to be able to pivot your business, get your board out there, touch people faster, quicker, more efficiently. Okay. Something else here too I want to mention. I mentioned I have a lot of strategic partnerships out there. One thing is Constant Contact. I've been a long time partner with them. I was impressed with how they responded to this very quickly. I'm going to dig more into Constant Contact here a little bit here too, but essentially what they did, they expedited some of their projects that they had to accommodate COVID-19. Okay, they put together basically a business solution portal. Okay, which included, they're renowned for the email marketing stuff, but they also included social networking management, website, and e-commerce in one. We're going to talk, and we're going to talk about it a little bit further here too, and also lots of training, and for the customers as well as for the partners like me. I remember, in fact, the pivot thing I'm talking about here. They had Kevin O'Leary. I'm not sure if you don't know who he is. He is Mr. Wonderful on the Shark Tank. Okay, he had a webinar, and it's just fantastic. I mean, I wasn't really a fan of his. I knew who he was, but I never really admired him until that webinar. He just walked through a lot of what he did. He's got numerous businesses that he's working with through his Shark Tank, all this other stuff here. He talked about the things that weren't being successful, like why did I get it here? Also, things that were successful. He coined the phrase pivot. He had to pivot his businesses to go online, to use the tools, the modern tools, to get in front of his customer base. He got most of his business to pivot, and almost all of them are surviving because of that. They're able to change with the times. Okay? And so this is something Constant Contact, I never would have known this if it wasn't for Constant Contact giving me that information, me passing it on to you guys. Okay, so back to Constant Contact. Yeah, they reacted to the COVID-19, put together a COVID-19 package, which basically turned their portal into a online business portal. They have the email marketing package, which is one among the best in the online here. Also have a content management system, a social networking management system, a website that's really, really easy to put together. A do-it-yourself website. And I see people with no technical skills put a website together in like 5 or 10 minutes, really super fast. Including e-commerce too. Okay, you can, for example, my friends who had this photo restaurant, they can have their online ordering system through Constant Contact if you want. Also, great, wonderful training. You get Kevin O'Leary. You got these really, really big, huge celebrity-like coaches out there to help you as a business owner, myself too, to help you better. And it's also cheap too. I can't tell you the price here because I have contractual restrictions, but I'll just tell you here, it's you probably paid more for a sushi lunch than what this would cost in a month. Okay, so it is practical, reliable, cost-effective, great package here. Also, something else here too. I've always had this client portal, which if you're not my client, you wouldn't know about the portal. Okay. I usually have services that a lot of my clients are do-yourselfers. I help with a few things that kind of take off on their own. And I've provided this portal here for them to be able to access certain key services on their own. And they help for me. I'm here too. But for the most part, they're able to access the portal, get lots of key information. They're able to coagulate into one package. Or collate a lot of information, kick out some reports, access a lot of services in one spot. And among these things here is a online business listing report, which I give to every one of my clients. But what this is here is we're able to check your online presence and all the online business directories. About hundreds of them, but maybe the top 50 or 60 are important. Google, Bing, Yelp, stuff like that, along with the other ones here. So in this client portal is an free online business list report where all my clients get it for free. And I do have a service that can update all the ones that are in error or missing. But some of my clients even use that report to go to the individual directories and make sure update themselves. It's entirely up to them. Lots of free and freemium services that provide through that portal here too, such as advertising intelligence. If you're doing paid advertisement on your own, this has have a solution here that'll help you improve, enhance your advertisement. Reputation management. If you have issues dealing with your reviews, your online reviews, such as in Google or Yelp or Bing, whatever, have a reputation management system that does that. And of course, listing distribution solution, where we're able to update all your online business listings through one portal here. So that's available. Okay. So anyway, all this stuff that I'm mentioning here. So, okay, Dan, good question is, Dan, what's going on? What's going to happen here? Okay, what are you doing? And I got threefold part of this here. First of all, I'm ramping up assistance to help my small and medium-sized businesses struggling through COVID-19, and providing more low-cost, no-cost services, giving free access to the client portal, which also includes access to online business listing reports. Hero, if you have a website, I do a free Hero website analysis report. Also, a free trial and constant contact business solution. So if you've never done email marketing or never done social networking or don't have a website, fantastic package. So you get a free trial, a 60-day free trial on that. Also, along with that, it's okay, fine, we got the tools. Now you need to learn how to use them. Okay, so I'm going to provide a lot more tutorials, a lot more training, and a lot more assistance. This is the first part of a free course. And this course is going to perpetually grow. We're going to provide advice and instructions, sound advice, instructions in dealing with COVID-19. We're going to deal with stuff that's specific to COVID-19 to survive through this. Also specific to key industries such as restaurants or salons or contractors, construction work, or medical. So we're going to break this down to individual industries as well as more broad-based too. And unlike this webinar here, it's probably a little long-winded. I think I'm knowing maybe pushing it up almost 40 minutes here. We're going to do a little bit more bite-size, maybe 10, 20 minutes long. So it's more easier to understand and easier to absorb. Also, this is something I did for a long time and I had a lot of fun with. And honestly, I don't know why I continue doing it, other than the fact that I tend to get overwhelmed with new business. Frankly, every time I do these webinars, okay, I get quite a bit of attention to this stuff here, not just at the webinars, but with new business, and sometimes a little bit overwhelming because I'm a small operation. But I am going to open up more webinars with specific subjects about COVID-19, how to help your business succeed. One of my favorite webinars I did is low cost and no cost marketing, online marketing for your business. Get lots and lots of people seeing that over the years. I'd update that and bring that back to life again. Also going to do some open forums, Q&A. Basically, it opened. I did a Tech Tuesday for quite a long time. I'll bring that up and going again, where it just have a live open forum for open questions. And as well, I'm going to bring some guest speakers in. Okay, there's a lot of folks out there that are smarter than I am in certain subject and topics. I want to bring them in and give a podium to talk about and help you folks out there. The key thing here is I want to help more people succeed. I'm sure it's heartbreaking to everybody, especially to me. If I see so many businesses that have been running for years, even decades, are closing down. devastating these families. You know, they expected to live well and retire, and all of a sudden it's gone. What are they going to do? I got to do something. For me personally, this is my way of reaching out and try to help as many people as I can. So that's why I'm doing this. Okay, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I think it's my outreach to business owners, entrepreneurs out there. I'm here to help you. I do everything I can. Okay. Now, something else here too. Little caveat here. All this help is exclusive to my clients and subscribers, and the beauty of it, the subscription is free. So, I have a special mailing list. Those of you already receiving my emails, you're already on it. But there's a special subscription, subscription to it, a COVID-19 subscription. I'll provide you a link here a little bit here. So it's free, okay? But the trade-off here is I need you to subscribe to this mailing list so I'm able to contact you and touch you, say, I got a webinar going on. I got some new information going on. I got some specials exclusive to my subscribers and clients, okay? So it's important that you are subscribed to that special mailing list. So that's going to be at primecontent.net/COVID19. I'll put that in here. In fact, we're pretty close at the end here. Okay, anyway, we're going to wrap it up. As I mentioned, it's important that you are subscribed to this list. And I'm going to have this thing up at primeconcept.net/COVID19. It should be a little c. Let me check that a little bit here. Little c, okay? Little COVID-19. By the way, if you need help right away, I forgot to mention that. Don't hesitate to call us. Phone number 760-247-4814. Okay? Initial consultation is always free. We'll do what we can to help you right off, okay? And by the way, the next series of courses and stuff like that, they're gonna not be as long-winded as I am right now. So we're pushing almost 45 minutes here. But you know what? I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this long. And I hope you see the passion I have trying to help people that's hurting through this whole thing. I just hope to God, pray that we get out of this thing somehow, some way, with as little damage as possible. And I'll do whatever I can to help you folks out there. Keep your business going. Turn things around. Pivot your business. So not only are you surviving, maybe you can thrive through this whole thing. So that said, I'm going to close out. And I'm going to wish you folks out there good luck. God sees your success. And we see you in the next course.